Leg break is the important one. That's the one that is your bread and butter ball, and also will take you more wickets because you're going to bowl it 95% of the time. There are two types of top spinner. There's the over spinner, which is the first ever type of top spinner, and then there are variations of that which include the flipper. Grip is exactly the same all the time. That's the grip. The two knuckles down the seam there and down there. I don't mind whether it's hard held or soft held. Everyone's got a different grip. Shane Warne has a grip that's different from mine. O'Reilly refused to change his grip when he went down to Sydney, and it was suggested to him by Arthur Maley that he should change. Grimmett had a round arm delivery. Shane Warne has a different body action from the one I used. I was pretty much upright and bowled from a position around 45 degrees. Warne is perhaps a fraction lower. O'Reilly was a bit higher, and a great big loping action, and Grimmett, as I say, was down there. Just spun it up from there and bowled with a tremendous amount of side spin. So it's everyone to their own decision on exactly how they grip the ball, but I suggest that that's not a bad way to do it. So, same grip, and the overspinner is with the back of the hand first facing the sky, and then the back of the hand facing the batsman, so that the ball comes out and is turning straight at the batsman all the way down, like that. The wrong un, same grip, is back of the hand first facing the sky, and then back of the hand facing the ground, so that it's down there, and the ball, in fact, is coming out on that angle, which means that it's going to spin from off to leg. And that's why the terminology is there, the wrong one, or the wrong un, or the bosey, which was named after Bosanquet, the googly, everything like that. So they're those three balls, and the flipper is the same grip, but quite different in execution, because the flipper is the only ball that comes out from underneath the hand. The term over the wrist spinner indicates that the ball is going to come out in effect over the wrist. The flipper comes out from underneath like that, and it's squeezed out like that, so that when it's squeezed out, it is spinning around its own axis like that, all the way down the pitch, and it hits and skids. It doesn't hit and spin away, or it doesn't hit and bounce, but it hits and skids. A word of warning on that, though, it is a very, very difficult ball to bowl. It's like the wrong un. The wrong un and the flipper, it should be a warning for young kids and for coaches as well. Young kids shouldn't bowl the wrong un or the flipper until the tendons and the ligaments and the muscles in their wrists and forearms and elbow and shoulder. There's a supraspinatus tendon runs across there, which I did in Worcester in 1961. And it's always vulnerable because this, as I said earlier, is an unnatural action. You're bowling against your body and you're twisting and turning and putting tremendous strain on it. So kids shouldn't really be allowed to bowl the wrong un or the flipper until their bodies and their muscles are strong enough to stand it. I was shown how to bowl it by Bruce Doolan in 1956 in July. I didn't bowl it until 1957 September because it's so difficult. I bowled in the nets hour after hour after hour until I thought I could land it in the right spot. But it is a very difficult delivery. Same grip, like that. Same grip, but as with all those that come over the wrist, comes the terminology of over the wrist spin. This is under the wrist spin, and it is flipped out like that from underneath the wrist. Tremendously difficult to do. I'll bowl this to you or flip it to you, and you catch it. Just keep your eye on my hand. It's like that. It comes from under there, like that. So same grip, and it's actually spinning sideways as it goes down the pitch. Look. So it definitely flips out from underneath the hand. First 20 times I bowled it, it never hit the cut portion. Good luck. Right, now just flip a few to me from a couple of feet away. From under there. Try starting off with it held like that, like a limpet. Yeah, that's it. Right, just turn around there and just do the same thing to me. Yep. Hold it like that, yeah. Right, excellent. Excellent. Different feel though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Good. Yeah. Righto, have another go. Yeah, try it with that grip, that funny looking grip, just to start with. Oh, very good. I know it wasn't straight, but that's excellent. Have another go. Don't worry about it not having been near the stumps, but that was very good. Excellent. You'll find that it hits and skids like that.
Yeah.
Keep going. No, that's okay. You need to land it, aim outside off stump, further out than that white disc, and shorter than the white disc, because it comes from a different position and it sort of carries on through the air. So you've got to be aiming, say, a yard shorter than the disc and just further out to the off. But that's looking, the hand action's looking good.
As a lead to the students of the game, can you tell us, first of all, how you yourself mastered these variations?
Hard work. I know that sounds too simplistic, but like a lot of things in cricket, keep it simple and work hard at it. And it was sheer hard work. The story of going with Billy Watson to the nets to be first there and be there still, we'd still be there. I'd still be bowling at 6 o'clock, 3 hours non-stop in a net. That's hard work. But it was the aim to perfect the thing, to be able to bowl exactly what I wanted and know within the limitations of what you were doing that it was going to have a chance of being successful. Hard work.
It seems to me that leg spin and wrist spin is a profession or a pastime, whichever it is, at which you could lose confidence very quickly.
Oh, well, there was an Australian leg spinner who made his test debut and lost confidence very quickly. This is some years ago, and Ian Chappell was captain at the time, and he said to Brian Tabor after the first over, "Is the ball turning?" And Tabsy said, "Well, I don't know about the pitch on which we're playing, but over there it's spinning like a top." So it is easy. Nerves can get you, and there are times when you're not sure you're going to hit the cut portion when you run up. Let's say at the start of a spell, you're stiff and sore, or you might have taken a belting the day before, and you've got to find some way to get around that. You've got to have a very hard-eyed purpose in life when you're bowling, for the reason I mentioned earlier. That guy up the other end is trying to beat you out of the attack. If he does that, you might be out of the next test and you might never play again. You've got to find some way to get around that, and it's a mental approach as much as anything. You've got to have a stern mental approach where you don't want the fellow to take any more than 2.5 runs and over off you. Why would you? The game is between you and him. You want to keep him tied down there, and you want to get him out as well. If anyone's career is going to be put on the back burner, you want it to be his, not yours.
Let's think about leg spinners, young or old, bowling in limited over cricket, Saturday afternoon club cricket, 40, 45 overs each. Is there space within that game for the